when it comes to actually taking that nighttime nappy diaper pull up away at night, how do you actually, how do you introduce that to the child, so to prevent that disappointment and maybe put that added pressure on them that they might not need? How would you introduce that?
Yeah, so first of all, I would start with asking the parent about the child's age, but also about their temperament, because we need to work with a child's temperament. You know, if you've got a child that's a perfectionist, then we need to help them understand about failure, because a perfectionist child loves it when they get it right and they thrive, but if they don't get it right, they can put a lot of pressure on themselves. So first of all, I try and get the parents to tell me a bit more about their temperament, because what we choose will fit with their personality and their temperament. Now, if you've got a sensitive child or an overexcited child is they never really sort of know about their inner engine, and so they might not necessarily understand their insides as much. And when we're doing bedwetting, we want them to understand that they've got to listen to their body. And sometimes if they're overexcited, they can't listen to their body as much. So I find out first from the parent if they can tell me more about their child's personality and their age, because then we can pick the right language to fit their age. Because sometimes, you know, if we're going above their age, we will just lose them, and they won't buy into the process. And we want children to buy into the process of losing their nappy. So gain that from the mum. I find out what their strengths are, because we want to work with their strengths, because that will boost their confidence and self-esteem, the things that they're good at. And I find out what their interests are. So if you think of some families that I've worked with, I worked with a child that loved Harry Potter. So we used that because he liked Harry Potter. So we talked about having a magic potion before he went to bed. And he loved it. So his magic potion was just water. But he used to drink his magic potion downstairs before he used to go upstairs for the bedtime routine. And sometimes that can just act as a placebo for some children. And that magic potion was helping his bladder before he went to bed. And so, you know, just because we found out that child's interests, he bought into the process of helping his bladder at bedtime, because he gave up the nappy. So always get them on board and get them to problem solve with the parents. So if there's anything that's not working when it comes to the bedtime, so I'd probably, if we're going to get rid of the nappy, ask them how they feel about the nappy going, and see what your child says, because some of them can't wait for the nappy to go. Others are a little bit more reluctant. And so if your child is saying, I don't want my nappy to go, we listen to them. We don't have to fix it, because often as a parent we jump in and we try and say, but it will be okay. Children don't want to hear that. They want to hear that we're listening to what they're saying. So we just listen to what they're saying, perhaps say back what we've heard, because then they know that we've really listened to them.